I'd like to share a quote from former President Bill Clinton. If it means teenagers will stop killing each other over designer jackets, then our public schools will be able to require uniforms. Should be able to. Clothes aren't just a fashion statement. They represent identity, wealth, and belonging, and that isn't always a good thing. Today I'll give you insight on why school uniforms can be a very positive thing. Everyone has either been the kid begging to say no to school uniforms or the parent debating on whether to vote yes or no to them. For example, clothes can associate the students with gangs, they can cause bullying, and they can even put students at student safety at risk. To inform you on why uniforms can be a positive thing, there are three main points I'd like to identify. First, safety, which is the number one concern when we're talking about students. Second, bullying, caused by the way that kids are dressed. And third, it helps put focus back on the school and less on fashion. Now that I've identified what my main points are going to be, let's move on to the first point. Safety, because uniforms can help ensure a safer environment in school. According to eduguide.org, uniforms make it more difficult to sneak in weapons and easier to ban gang-related colors or symbols. The simple change in dress could decrease shootings and decrease gang activity during school hours on campus. It also identifies who shouldn't be there. Uniforms make it easier to tell who doesn't belong on campus, and which also can reduce violence. Faculty can easily tell a visitor from a student, and it gives you reaction time if something suspicious comes up. Now that I've informed you about uniforms, how uniforms can better ensure safety, I'd like to move on to my second point. Because uniforms can lessen the amount of bullying that goes on in schools today. Social economic status. Designer handbags, shoes, clothes, and jackets can have a negative impact on students today. Also, not having these things could have the same effect on a student simply because of his lower economic status compared to his peers. According to debate.org, uniforms eliminates distinguishing children based on their social and economic standing, therefore putting all students on an equal level. Sense of belonging. Uniforms can eliminate groups and cliques and allow students to make friends based on a deeper level. This eliminates cliques ganging up on others simply because of their appearance, in which turn reduces bullying based on clothing and economic status. Now that I've informed you on bullying, I would like to move on to my third and final point. Because uniforms keep students focused more on academics versus clothing. Attendance. According to FactsPlusLogic.com, after adopting a uniform policy, the percentage of actual attendance reached almost 95%. And this was the highest it had ever been in 18 years. Uniforms take the stress off of students, having to worry about what to wear and what others will say about what they wore. And it also makes school more enjoyable for the kids when it's this stress-free. Eliminating the stress could causes kids to actually want to attend classes. Neatness. According to FrenchToast.com, through simplicity, uniforms promotes time efficiency, organization, and neatness. Having to follow the rules of uniform codes makes students more presentable and disciplined. It teaches the students boundaries and rules. In conclusion, even though as of 2008 only 17% of schools mandate uniforms, according to eHow.com, it is a growing trend in the U.S. There are far more pros as opposed to cons when it comes to implementing school uniforms in primary and secondary schools. It creates equality and confidence in students, along with keeping a safer campus. It also provides much-needed fundamentals of discipline that children should start to be familiar with, and hopefully causing a more respectful society. To sum things up, uniforms are very proactive in effectiveness. Uniforms ensure safety, they reduce bullying, and they put the focus back on school and learning. Think twice about only caring about kids' creativity when dressing the way that they want. They are at school to learn and not to worry about fashion. Also, think about the long run. More discipline, less bullying, and overall a better school experience for all of the students. My end quote is, I also think that uniforms have reduced peer pressure. People have more friends that they wouldn't normally have because of the way that they dress. Uniforms seem to be solving problems. This was told by a middle schooler called Lewis. Okay, that's only like, what, 5 minutes?
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.